Have you ever had one of those nights where you have
Yeah, I'm gonna do Young Young Tales. Young Young. Bye.
something super important the next day, so you go to bed at a reasonably early hour because you know sleep is super important for memory and pretty much everything. But it's 7 hours later and your brain still won't shut up? Me too! Glad we're on the same page. One thing that absolutely just mind boggles me out of existence is how people can have a high stakes slash life changing event happening the next morning, like a test or a battle, and yet still have no problem falling asleep. People like my dad, who can take like an hour nap before bedtime and have no issues whatsoever. Me, on the other hand, got like no sleep the night before I had to take my SAT test, even though I drank warm milk and took sleeping pills. So no, I did not do well on that test. Basically, I do not have the ability to channel my inner Snorlax, and it can be incredibly frustrating at times. There's only one person I have to blame. The culprit is indeed my brain. And maybe my mom, because she gave me these genes. But I love my mom. So what are you trying to say? You don't love your own brain?
Nope, not all the time.
I don't know if this is supposed to be groundbreaking or if it's just me being stupid, but I just realized that there is a difference between being sleepy and tired. Like, tired refers to your body, while sleepy refers to your brain. For example, like I can have one of those times where I go to bed feeling, oh, I'm so exhausted. Then I find myself lying awake in bed thinking to myself, oh, I'm so exhausted. Why am I still awake? And then ultimately that just leaves you trapped in this state of complete suckiness. It's like you're so tired that you're too tired to fall asleep. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, like I wouldn't call what I've gone through insomnia, but there were definitely periods in my life where it just seemed that the instructions on how to fall asleep accidentally found its way in the recycle bin. And then every night it would just be me staring at like the ceiling or the wall or a black void behind my eyelids. And then, 4 hours of doing that nonstop, the conversation starts. Psst, hey, you still awake? Oh wait, stupid of me. Of course you are! Anyways, hey buddy, I was thinking that for this time, we could reflect on all the times a girl rejected you, and then we analyze every scenario that could have gone down. And then, of course, we can go through the usual hour session of contemplating questions like, am I really living up to my full potential? What could I be doing better? Am I really fulfilling my place in this universe? Do I really have to pee? And then we can finally close with 2 more hours of self-loathing. It's gonna be fun. I can excuse an all-nighter of autobiographical and universal existential reflections on Friday through Sunday, but if I have school or something important the next day, my brain just clearly hates me. Hey, listen buddy, I don't know if this is gonna be helpful, but I just thought that I'd remind you about the importance of sleep on learning retention, considering the fact that you've been awake for 4 hours now, which interestingly enough only subtracts from the 9 hours of sleep science says you need. So if you really think about it, you literally only have 1 hour before we cross that threshold where sleep just doesn't matter. Okay, well, just something to think about. Good luck, buddy. It honestly got pretty bad. Like, it got to the point where I was aware of the sensations I felt before falling asleep. Like thoughts beginning to drift, the brain sounds like it's drunk, even though I've never been drunk, so I'm not sure why I'm using this as a metaphor. But then just by acknowledging that, it would automatically just snap me out of falling asleep. Oh, here it comes. Okay, no sudden movements, or we might scare it away. Ha! No, gosh, dang it. So, what can be done to help oneself fall asleep? If you have gone through the same thing, go ahead, share in the comments below. Help someone out. It'll be like a comment potluck. But some things that did work for me were drinking cherry juice and taking melatonin supplements. People say melatonin is just a placebo effect, but works for me. Then again, that could just be the placebo. It does vary from person to person, but usually the main factors are diet and daily routine. So stop studying on your bed! Nowadays, I don't really have too many problems falling asleep. Most, if not all the times I do stay awake is because I'm still thinking about YouTube and trying to come up with new ideas. I know it's bad, and I've tried fixing this problem. Not much progress. Okay, I know that you said no thinking about YouTube stuff after bedtime, but hear me out because this idea is really cool and you should totally write this down. Otherwise, knowing you, you're probably not going to remember this the next day. But I wouldn't say this one is as bad since there have been times I came up with some pretty good ideas lying awake in bed. But I'm just saying, there is a time and place for everything, and I would have preferred if I had come up with this idea earlier, say during the day when I actually needed it, instead of now, because now this idea excites me and I want to explore this idea even further. Sleepiness is gone. So yeah, I would say it's a give and take, trading potentially good ideas for valuable hours of sleep. Is it worth it? Long term, probably not. But in conclusion, if you really want to get a good night's sleep, let me leave you with some wise words from my old high school chemistry teacher. You need to fix your life, you stupid fool. Ah, so much love. Psst, hey, this is your brain. Alright, Alex, this is what I want to accomplish in the next 5 years. I only got 2 minutes, so let's go. So starting off obvious and lovey-dovey, I want to be able to be doing what I love while also being in a position where I can support not only myself, but also my parents. You know, as a way of giving back since they've had to deal with me leeching off of them for the past 20 plus years. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to some fun stuff. You know, I absolutely love sea creatures and educating people about it. So my goal is
Hey, if you're watching this and it's late at night and you have school tomorrow, I'm sorry. Top 10 things that keep me awake at night. Number 10, eating all those sugary snacks before my bedtime. My blood sugar goes through the roof. Sorry, I just can't help myself. I love a good cookie dipped in hot chocolate. Number 9, death and existentialism. Just the thought that one day, me and everyone I love will die, and in just 500 years, no one is going to remember me. So what's the point of doing anything? In the grand scheme of the universe, do I even matter? Unless the internet's still around by then. Thumbs up if you're watching this in the year 2516. And also, don't forget me. Number 8, my dogs. My dogs just love to sleep on my bed every night. And you see, I sleep on a twin-size bed, which is a stupid name for a bed that can fit one person. And I'm actually a twin, so I'm allowed to sleep on those. And I'm not on the below average side of the height spectrum, so I cover about 110% of the bed. And if me and my dogs are both cognitive enough to plan something out, maybe we could set up a system. I mean, they're pretty small dogs. I did the math. They should be able to fit. But my dogs have found that the most comfortable part of the bed is right dead center in the middle. So I just gotta finagle my way into a comfortable position, and if the dog leans up against you or sits on your leg, then you're obligated by dog law not to move because you might disturb the dog, and you love them too much to do that. And my bed is right next to a window, so I sometimes open the blinds so they can look outside, and so they're both right next to my face. But then in the morning, if there's another person or God forbid another dog outside, then Jeez, that was a long one. I just like talking about dogs. Number 7, there are as many creatures on your body as there are people on Earth. And you don't want to even know how many are living on your bed right now. Now, is this true? I don't know, I just saw it on one of those fun fact websites. Not too fun of a fact, I think. But not knowing whether or not it's true is even scarier. That means there are probably microorganisms dying on you every second. At least 12 of them have died on you since you started watching this video. But chances are that some of them are probably doing it on your kneecaps, on your eyelashes. Microorganism, more like micro-orgasm. Now there's 2 ways you can look at this. One being that there's so many tiny creatures living on me, and no matter how hard I scrub, I'll never be clean. Or you're never alone. Every night when you hop into that empty bed of yours, you're sleeping with billions of microorganisms. You slut. Number 6, they never caught the Zodiac Killer. I know he was around in the 70s, but if he was in his 20s in the 70s, that means he's only in his late 60s, early 70s right now. He can still be out there. Who knows what he could be doing? Maybe even failing at running for president. Ugh. And also, according to some conspiracy theories, they never caught John Wilkes Booth. Maybe Booth wants to get revenge. Maybe he's had enough and now he wants to run for president. Number 5, fractals. What are those, you ask? Imagine you're a farmer and you have infinity fence posts to build a closed pen for your animals, and you have to use all the fence posts. And you think, well, first off, that's physically impossible. If I have infinity fence posts, then I can't use all of them because I'll always have more. Hey, while you're complaining and theorizing over there, I just built your stupid pen and it looks like this. This is a fractal, children. It's a closed shape with an infinite perimeter. What? What? Infinite perimeter? But I can see it. I can measure it. Oh no, shut up. You're not looking close enough. Let's zoom in. Basically, you can zoom up on this pattern forever. That's just what a fractal is. So since no matter how much you zoom up on this shape, it will always repeat itself. The perimeter of this shape, or the fence you use to make it, is infinite. It's a closed shape with an infinite perimeter. Is the area of this shape infinite too? I don't know, ask Vsauce. Doesn't that blow your mind? Number 4, barcode scanners scan the white spaces in the barcode, not the black spaces. Number 3, looking on my phone for hours before I go to bed. How many times do you tell your friends over Skype, all right, I'm going to bed now, and then you go to your bed and you pull out your phone and mess around with it for an hour? And I've heard some studies saying, oh, looking at computer screens all day makes it harder for you to sleep, which is probably true. Why do I go on my phone every night? And the sad thing is I usually stop looking at my phone because my battery is going to die. I have a problem. Number 2, the universe is huge. Whoa, do you realize how big space is? Man, we are just a speck in the grand scheme of things. This is kind of getting back to my point that nothing really matters. Did you know that scientists have found a black hole that's 12 billion times larger than the sun? That black hole is about 1,800 light years long. You know, you probably could have lived your whole lives without knowing that. I'm sorry. Before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. And the number 1 thing that keeps me awake at night is YouTube is not a stable job. Because of how long it takes me to make a video, I can't really give my opinion on YouTube drama. Heck, I'm still working on my Fine Bros rant. So a lot of you probably know YouTube took away some creators' monetization on videos for not being advertiser friendly, and they weren't even telling them about it. Now I'm a pretty innocent PG-rated channel, so I didn't get affected by this new change at all. See you later, scrubs! But dang it, if this shows us anything, is that YouTube does not care too much at what's making their website profitable. What's stopping YouTube from saying, hey, we're gonna take 90% of your ad revenue and all your titles have to say YouTube is great in them. And yeah, if YouTube makes bad business decisions, then they'll be out of business. But so will I. So that keeps me awake at night.
What the Okay, yeah, I'm just thinking about my fucking life. What am I gonna do with it? I'm just gonna upload this. Goodbye.